Hello all you bladers, and today's video is Orb Aegis Full Potential. So this is one of the first series ever created on this channel, and I haven't done a video on one in quite a while, so today is the day. Now first, let me give you a little refresher course of the two rules, since there are, of course, only two rules. So the first rule is that, say we're doing Tempest Dragon Full Potential. We can change the chassis, we can change the driver, even though there is none right now, and we can change the chip core. But we cannot change anything that does not make the bay Tempest Dragon. We take away the Tempest, it's not Tempest Dragon. We take away the Dragon, it's not Tempest Dragon. You have to keep the Tempest, and you have to keep the Dragon. Now, with Turbo Bays and below, we don't really have to worry about that since they don't have chips. The second rule applies to the disc and driver. Now, I could use Orb Aegis as an example for this. So Orb Aegis is a turbo bay, which means for the disc, anything from turbo and below that was released in turbo and below can be used on Orb Aegis Full Potential. The driver, it depends. For example, for Chosi Achilles, Dimension Dash and Extend Plus are banned because they're the next evolutions of Achilles' drivers that are kind of unfair for it to have an upgrade of. For Chosi Valkyrie, Ultimate Reboot Dash, Evolution Dash, and maybe the shot driver from the new Savior Valkyrie / Saber Valkyrie will be banned. But Power would not be banned because it's not like super unfair. For Chosi Spriggan, Dimension Dash would be banned, and Unite Dash would be banned. Merge Dash maybe wouldn't be banned, you get the idea. So, taking the stock combo apart, let's focus on talking about the disc for now, because that's the part we're going to upgrade first. So the whole idea with the outer disc is that it has outward weight distribution. These four little like sides provide outward weight distribution, and the disc is pretty upward and downward at the same time, is also pretty light as well. So the Quest driver has a really good grip on the stadium. The problem is, let's say it's flat and it gets tilted to the right. When it gets tilted to the right, you can kind of see the left side release its grip a little and the right side pushes down. And the more it pushes down on the right side, the more it's going to lean over. But if this disc is perfectly balanced, it'll be hard for it to lean on one side, and since it's light, not that much weight will go towards that leaning side, so it'll be able to balance itself. Except for the fact that it is obviously light, so it's going to get knocked around anyway. So I do have some, let me look for my discs here. I'm thinking the Zero disc, because the Zero disc is actually a wide, is this wider than the outer disc? Is this wider than the outer disc? It might be, let me just focus. It might be wider than the outer disc, maybe it's just because I'm holding it. No, the outer disc is a little bit wider, but Zero does have a lot of outward weight distribution because these balls are focused towards the outside, these little lines. The inside of the disc is actually a little bit more hollow than the normal inside of a disc is, as well as this little ring here is kind of like a little bit more outward than usual. Oh, 4 stars, look at that. So Zero disc should definitely work as an upgrade to the outer disc. And then I guess we could add a frame. The color doesn't really matter. I decided to go with yellow because there's yellow on these things, and I feel like the yellow really matches Aegis, because if I chose this blue one I have here, it wouldn't really match it too well. So let me put that away. So now that we have these, we can focus on the driver. Now, the whole idea with the Quest driver, is that two things. We don't want to say that it is Suction Cup because there's no other driver that has that ability, so it's going to be hard to like base it off of. So basically, its two abilities are that it's Free Spin and that it Suction Cups. Now for Quest, these two abilities work really well together. Now obviously it has no stamina, but the combination of Suction Cup and Free Spin works really well together because this little part here, the part that's free spinning, can grip the stadium. So this part stays still, and then anything above that simply just free spins, and it's super easy. But that's not so easy for other drivers because both the parts are free spinning independently, and this part isn't completely like still. So if you want to free spin this part, you have to free spin this part, and that's kind of hard to do while you're actually in the battle. So for quests, since the bottom part suction cups, it's easier for the top to free spin. Now, I do have two ideas for the driver. Number one is, of course, Atomic, simply because Atomic is a defensive driver, and it's also a free spin. But Rise, I feel like, would be a better fit, because if you look at the shape of the Quest driver and the Rise driver, it's actually really similar, because the Quest driver has this little ring, right? And then it has the sharp tip in the center. Obviously, since the ring is downward, the sharp tip doesn't make contact. But with Rise, that's an upgrade, because instead of the entire ring making contact and the sharp tip not making contact, which would cause more friction, therefore leading to less stamina, only this sharp tip touches the edge. Now, that might lead to less defense, but no. You see, let's say my finger's a stadium, and it gets knocked on one side. Then it's going to tilt. The ring is going to kind of grip the stadium, so it still has a really good grip on the stadium. As well as, if Quest tilts, it usually leans over too much to that one side sometimes. Rise, if it tilts, it simply just stabilizes itself. Sometimes it does scrape, but that's better than Quest, because Quest sucks. So, and then Rise, it also has good potential for a counterattack. Good potential for a counterattack, because if you tilt it on that one side, it could perform a kind of a wizard blow or a counter break kind of movement. I have seen that sometimes. So that is, I guess, going to be the full potential combo for Orb Aegis. Orb Aegis, 0, expand, Rise. Yep, 0 and expand are wide like the outer disc, outward weight distribution. They're pretty heavy because we don't need it to be light, since the Rise driver doesn't actually suction cup, although it does have a very good grip, good stamina, less friction, and then it can perform counterattacks, as well as the Rise is also a really good stamina and LAD driver as well. So yeah, let's do some battles. Do is weigh it, so let's go ahead and weigh how much this combo is. 52 grams, that's not bad for a turbo bay. So with that being said, let's do a test spin now. Okay, so it's obviously a little shaky. I assume it would stabilize soon. And there it is, the stabilizing. So now let's do a battle. First opponent will be Chosia King. Oh my god. Did you see that one hit burst? To be fair, that was 3 clicks on Orb Aegis, so. Try that again. That was definitely a, okay, knockout. Josie Valkyrie. Okay. Yeah, got a good grip. Just recovered itself and took back the center. Valkyrie's running really low on steam. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, Aegis. Mortius. Hit it. Hit it where it hurts. That's right. That's right, Fornius. Yeah, Fornius is winning this one, for sure. For sure. The thing is, even as powerful as Orb Aegis is, Orb Aegis was like the worst Bay in history, besides maybe like Bushin and Shinja or Heaven Pegasus compared to their generation, but like Orb Aegis was the worst. Actually, let me get another opponent while I'm talking. But Orb Aegis was like the worst Turbo Bay in history. So for it to be like upgraded, you can't expect that much because like the Bay was super bad on itself. So like if it's upgraded, at least it's an upgrade. Like at least it's better. You can't like, if it doesn't beat every single opponent, it's still a really good upgrade. Hazard Trebeus, Orb Aegis. So see, Atomic is kind of like riding the ridge a little, because it's like gaining momentum. Now Hazard Trebeus would usually burst But the problem is that Orb Aegis is also a very defensive layer, and HATEFUL has tons of stamina. So Orb Aegis might be doing well against attack type, seeing as it's a defense type, but it doesn't really do well against other defense types, is what I'm starting to notice. Balance mode Achilles. Look. Do you hear that sound? There's like, it's not a norm, it's like a sound, like it's a Beyblade. It's not like something like in my room, but it's like I can hear a sound. Well, now it's not there. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, the rise driver does scrape a little, so I'm starting to see how it struggles against other stamina bits, but it's still not too bad. There it is again, there it is again. I think it might be the dimension driver. Oh, there it is, there it is. Solid counter attack by Achilles. Solid. There it is. Don't do it, Aegis, don't do it. At least take Achilles down with you. No. I wonder if it's because the opponent is lower than it, so it hits the frame. Maybe it's... What if I do Achilles in tall... I'll do it in tall balance mode, just to have that little extra stamina. Make it a challenge for Aegis. Holy! Okay. Achilles definitely won that because it burst Aegis, and it was very loud. It was very loud. Okay, let's do a super good defense type. Phoenix. I don't think it'll beat Phoenix on its life. I don't think it'll ever be able to beat Phoenix. Phoenix is just... Because Phoenix beat up 3 Turbo Bays at once in a 2v or 2v1 or 3v1 video I did. Phoenix was able to beat up 2 Turbo Bays at once. And this is an upgraded Aegis, so it is an upgrade, but you have to remember what it's an upgrade of. It's an upgrade of the worst Bay in history, so at least it's an upgrade because it's better, but it doesn't stand a chance against Bays like Phoenix. Let's do another one just for the fun of it. We're good on launcher. I did like a super angle launch to try to like avoid contact. See if it has more straight up stamina, but I don't think that's gonna work. It's just gonna allow Phoenix to take center. Oh, Phoenix is starting to lose its power. I wonder if... Did that, no, Aegis is gonna lose. It's gonna start scraping, isn't it? Yeah, it's gonna start scraping. Oh, I think Aegis actually just won that. Just barely it won that. Or it was a draw, but I think Aegis might have actually just had that last second spin. Nightmare Longinus? Would that do anything, or? I'm trying to like get the movement out of Rise, but I guess this stadium is just a little, because I like this stadium a lot simply because it's actually the perfect size for bays. Like the only problem with it is one thing. It is a teensy bit too big. The pockets are perfect. The slope is perfect. The colors are perfect because it has like details, not just plain gray that you can put stickers on. It's just that it's just a teensy bit too big. Like this is 25 inches wide, counting the little like side plates, which are like 3 inches. So if this was just like 20 inches wide instead of 25 inches, still counting the plates, that would be the perfect size. So yeah. I did order the Dynamite Battle Stadium and Standard Stadium though. So that might come soon, and then that might... I'll probably use the Dynamite Battle and this one the most out of the 3 that I have, or the 3 that I will have: Standard, DB, and Decagon. I want to try Chozy Valkyrie again, just to see. So hard launch, tilting. Valkyrie's picking up speed. Oh, it's not picking up speed. Never mind. It's not. What is it doing? That's weird. That is very weird. What's it doing? Yeah. The evolution driver is kind of wonky when it's like not awakened, because it's like the evolution. I remember on Brave Valkyrie, it was still like a good bay because it's like Brave and evolution's still evolution, but like it's so much worse compared to when it's awakened. And Chosi Valkyrie, the evolution driver isn't awakened at all. So like if I bring this, I don't want to. Yeah, I'll do it. If it's like this. I don't know if you can see that because my iPad's on the other side of the stadium, but it's not awakened at all. So if it's like, if it can burst, because I remember in the unboxing it burst Chosi Achilles in one hit. So if it can burst Chosi Achilles in one hit with a without an awakened evolution driver, I'm honestly scared for what it'll have when the evolution driver is awakened. Ooh, big jump, big jump. Dimension's actually like really good in the stadium. I think it's just like because Dimension usually goes out of control sometimes, but in a stadium like big, drivers that go out of control actually have the advantage because they have just enough room to move around. Oh, last second. Did that? Oh, that was really close to a burst right there. What rivals do Orb Aegis have? Does Orb Aegis have? Because I want to battle it against his rivals, but he doesn't really have any rivals. I mean, I guess he worked for Phi's brother, and he worked for Hyde, and Phi is Hyde's brother, and Phi is Hyde's nemesis, so Hyde and Phi are obviously nemesises, even though they're brothers. That happens with a lot of brothers, like Loki and Thor. I can't think of any other brothers. Like Loki and Thor, Hyde and Phi. I literally can't think of any other brothers that have rivalries. But Hyde and Phi are rivals. Phi is like on his own, just wandering around, and then Hyde has this like ginormous tower with Yvel as his sidekick. So I guess his rival would be Phoenix. Would that be a rival, or I don't know? Would Phoenix be a rival to him? Speaking of Phoenix, I do want to battle Phoenix one more time. That was like the hardest launch I could ever pull. Okay, the armor is knocked off Phoenix. That's a good 9 grams of weight right there. Yeah, I launched Orb Aegis. Like that launch was like one of the hardest I've ever done. I just felt like it. I felt like it was like super hard. I felt like the launcher's friction. Yeah, it's beating Phoenix for, oh, is it? No, there's no way it loses to Phoenix with that hard of a launch. And the armor being, oh, come on. The armor was knocked off too. This thing is like 14 grams without the armor, which is not, it's not bad, but Orb Aegis is 18 grams. And this thing has 10, which is 23. This thing has 0 expand, which is 26. To be fair though, Friction has really good stamina because the POM thing. I want to try it against a couple left base. So I'm gonna get Geist Fafnir, and then I'm gonna place Orb Aegis in the center, kind of like Wizard Fafnir. It should work, even though without the rubber. And Geist Fafnir. The left flipped it over. I forgot how cool Geist Fafnir looked. Like maybe a simple handspin will work. One handspin, no, that won't work. Let me try that again. Actually, let me handspin Orb Aegis. I don't know why, but like when I handspin base to the right, it just feels weird. When I handspin base to the left, it feels more natural. Maybe because I handspin Fafnir so much and Fafnir's left. Yeah, so this really isn't good at equalizing. Maybe if I spin Aegis. Whoops. Maybe if I kind of make it a little weak in the spin. Just wait a couple seconds. Do it now. Okay? Let's see if that works. So it's kind of doing it. It's kind of doing it. Let me weaken Geist Fafnir just so we can speed this up. We don't want this round to take like 5 minutes. Because okay. So that was actually, it looked like Fafnir. It looked like, oh, so Fafnir took a click from that. Orb Aegis, no clicks, obviously, because Orb Aegis was the one that was light launched. Or was it even? I forgot, honestly, I forgot. But I think we'll do one final round against Chosi Achilles, and then we'll end it off. suplex. Okay. Small attacks here and there. Okay, okay. So while Achilles is doing that, I'm gonna get all the bays we got. Putting in the center, we did this. Oh. I thought for a second Achilles might win, but I think that might have been I think that was a draw, maybe. But yeah, that was probably a draw. Putting this thing in the center, because I can make this stand up, so it'll be cool for like a... I don't know why I don't just use these like ending scenes for a thumbnail. For like thumbnails, I used to like digitize, like not digitize, I used to like use electronic pictures of bays. But like I do my thumbnails on Google Slides, which sounds kind of like newbie. Google Slides for my thumbnails, but Google Slides, like I like a white background because that's just like the standard background. And then I have like a white little table, so nowadays, I take pictures of bays on the white table, and then I kind of like edit it to make the colors blend, or make the colors like pop out, and then that's how I do it. But I don't know why I don't just use like these. I guess I just don't like the gray background, plus the picture is really far away from the camera, and I take a screenshot from the video, it'll be kind of blurry, so yeah. Anyway. Orb Aegis full potential, the combo is 0 expand rise. Considering that there are two new rules, because those rules weren't rules before, I forgot what the rules were before even. So I have a list of my full potential combos, so I'll probably do a video where I have all of the full potential combos in front of me, and then I'll change them according to the rules, because I'm pretty sure Union Achilles had like wheel, and Hazard Trebeus had wheel. And Slash Valkyrie had Ultimate Reboot Dash, which Ultimate Reboot Dash on Slash Valkyrie isn't that bad. But it had the Dragon Chip, I think, so that doesn't make it Slash Valkyrie anyway. Yeah, this is a really good upgrade, honestly, because it's way better than the original Orb Aegis. It has tons more defense, a lot more lad, because it was able to beat Geist Fafnir. It has super good defense, which is what we would expect from something like Orb Aegis. The stamina is not the best, simply because the Rise Driver does scrape, but the Rise Driver, like if we give it Atomic, it might have had a little bit better stamina, or a lot better stamina, and a little bit worse lad, but I want to be more creative. Like anytime I make a defense combo, I always give it Atomic. So I kind of want to like match the shape more than actually just give it a good part, because it's supposed to be an upgrade with the same shape and gimmicks. It's not just supposed to be better parts, because if I was giving Orb Aegis better parts, I would just give it Wheel Extend Plus. Obviously Wheel is banned and Extend Plus is banned since it's not in the era. But yeah, that's basically it for this video. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Leave any requests for full potential combos that you have in the comment section below. And yeah, have fun. Peace out. Oh wait. And don't forget, keep on blading. Bye.